Moor Union Hop Ultra Pale Ale.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I've got yet another one from the Moor Brewery based in Bristol, and this is the Union Hop Ultra Pale Ale. I don't know what Ultra Pale Ale is. I mean, is it Ultra Pale or is it Ultra Ale? Who knows? I don't think it's called Union Hop anymore. I think it's called Noor Hop now. I can't see any reference to Union Hop on their website, so the only other thing they've got that's called Ultra Pale Ale is the Noor Hop stuff, and it's the same ABV, so I'm going to assume it's the same stuff. And I have just tried their Best Bitter, the raw Best Bitter. This stuff, really nice. Quite impressed with that. But what I do like about this brewery, it was founded by an American fella called Justin Hawk. No, not the fella out of darkness. This fella was from California, and he came over here, and in 2007 he formed the Moor Beer Company. And what I like about this company, well, there's a number of things I like about them. Number one, all their beer is can conditioned, and it's got live yeast in there, so it's still fermenting in the can. Brilliant. It's unfiltered, it's unpasteurised. Brilliant. There's no finings in there, so you know, the fish bladder that some brewers think is a good idea to put into beer, makes it nice and clear. They don't do any of that, so it's vegan friendly. Not that I'm a vegan, but it is. What I really like about this company though, above all else, is that they will insist on not bringing back, but continuing the tradition of traditional British beer. Now, what I mean by that is, obviously Best Bitter, it's not fashionable, but they still brew it. Old ale, I doubt many people even know what old ale is, even in the craft beer world. They brew some old ale. They do an IPA, a traditional British IPA, which I've tasted, and it's quite nice. It's very flavoursome. If you can imagine a traditional British IPA, but with the volume turned up a little bit on the flavours, that's what that's like. This is their Ultra Pale Ale, and from what I've been reading, it's got British flour malt in there, as it says on the front, and it's also got British hops in there too. And to me, for all intents and purposes, in a world where everybody is brewing American Pale Ale, this lot have decided to do a British Pale Ale. That's what I'm going to assume. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to assume. And they put to bed the myth that you need to brew American style beers to get awards. This company has won a load of awards since 2007, and that's only testimony to what they do and how good they are at doing it. And I really like the fact that, you know, everything's cask or can conditioned. They use live yeast in the cans. It's naturally carbonated, so you don't get that big blast of CO2 that goes into there, which a lot of the time it's absorbed by the beer. Anyway, so let's stop guessing about this brewery and let's get onto the beer. 330ml can, 4.1%. On the back, it's just got the usual caper about, well, the ingredients: malted barley, malted wheat, hops, yeast, and that's about it really. You've got the others, you know, don't drink it if you're pregnant. I'll remember that. Oh, they do say on there there's no finings on there, and it's Union Hop. If you want to look at the can, autofocus is playing ball today, so there you go. If you want to have a look at the back, you can pause your video and read. Right, let's get it open. Now I did notice about the bitter that the carbonation was a bit lacking. This one looks a bit more lively. Very lively, in fact. Look at the size of that head. Nice and cloudy. Reasonable amounts of carbonation in there, considering it's naturally carbonated. Yeah, and you know, to have a head that size on a naturally carbonated beer is in complete contrast with the bitter, which I have to say the head on it was disappointing, but I was not disappointed with the flavours. That was quite nice. There it is in the glass. What are we getting on the nose? Yeah, and it's as I expected. It smells like a traditional British pale ale. Merest hint of fruit on there. Biscuit malt. Little slight touch of spice on there, but everything's very subdued, and that's what you get in a pale ale. Now they call it an ultra pale ale. It's cloudy. I'm wondering if this is going to be like a light ale. I don't know. I'm just going to try it anyway. Cheers. That is lovely. That is really nice. That is a traditional British pale ale, and they've got that bang on. It's not a light ale. I just realised as I was saying it, that's a stupid thing to say because there's wheat in there. Light ale is, as the name suggests, light, very clear, very inobtrusive, low ABV. This is 4.1, so it's slightly higher, almost double really, but it's just got a lot of flavour, but perfectly balanced and very, very drinkable indeed. That's brilliant. Now, I tried the Westerham Pale Ale, the Triple X 9 hop, and that was very nice. That was the traditional British Pale Ale. This is like that. Obviously, I don't think the flavour is there as much as it was with the Westerham stuff, but this is really nice. And considering it coming out of a can as well, that is a superb effort. I've had 3 of their beers now, and I'm loving them. And I love the fact that an American has come over here and he's doing British beer. That's really good. And he's getting it spot on. There's craft brewers out there that I don't think would get this right. They'll just throw a load of American hops in there, brew some, you know, New England or West Coast, and be perfectly satisfied with that. And some people are. But for people like me, you know, I'm an old fucker, but I'm still putting my hand in my pocket and paying for beer. And I do like my traditional British styles of beer. I'll make no bones about it. And I don't care what people say. People say you're a dinosaur. People can say, oh, you haven't moved on and whatnot. I don't care. I like this style of beer. And this pale ale is what I would expect if I was opening up a bottle of, say, Truman's Pale Ale or Courage Pale Ale or something like that, you know. This has got it spot on. Really good. I really like it. It's just super drinkable. It's the equivalent of a really sessionable lager, in my opinion. If you like your real ale, then this, you know, you can drink this all day long and you can neck it. It's supremely drinkable. They do make a point about saying that on the website, and they ain't wrong either. This is really nice. I'm really impressed with that. And I think, let me think of the best pale ales. The Westerham was really good. The ultimate pale ale for me, I think, is the Sam Smith's. When we're talking about British pale ales, American pale ales completely different. British pale ales, I think Sam Smith's do the best one. and I think this and the Westerham are up there with that as well. Probably not bang on with the Sam Smiths, but this is a supreme effort. I'm really impressed with this. It's lovely. There's a lovely amount of biscuit malt, very, very subtle hop bitterness, some nice fruity notes on there, again very subtle, and some very subtle black pepper spice, all perfectly balanced yet supremely drinkable. I'm loving this, and I'm gonna have to put this down before I cane the fucking lot of it. So what's the verdict on Union Hop Pale Ultra Pale Ale? That is superb. I really like that, and I defy anyone who likes their traditional British beers not to like that. That's a really nice one, and again, like the best bitter, this stuff, it tastes like it's come out of a keg, been poured and come out of a keg on draft. It's lovely. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. I like it that much. Now, again, as I said before, you know, a lot of people are going to drink this. A lot of your younger craft brew fans are going to drink that and think, oh, it's boring. There's no, you know, super fruit, super resin, super, you know, big pine, grapefruit flavours. It's not what it's about. British Pale Ale is not about that. It's about drinkability and balance. And this has got that in abundance, and I love it. I'd even go so far as to say lager drinkers would like that as well, because it's just supremely drinkable, full of flavour, and yeah, they've done a fantastic job. That's why you're getting 9 out of 10, and I'm going to recommend it. And remember, beer is working class champagne.